William Cleary and his wife Shara Ray say they're unvaccinated and don't plan to get the shots. He's a firefighter in the Seattle area. She works at a major hospital, and both could lose their jobs after October 18th, Washington's deadline for many first responders, medical workers, and state employees to get vaccinated.
Where I work, we are possibly looking at losing up to 150 people.
Cleary's wife sought a medical exemption because she's pregnant and there are complications, but according to court documents, it was denied. William just filed a religious exemption with his employer, who he's not naming.
For me, it's a matter of conscience. And so that's basically what I focused on mine was my conscience. And if you listen to your conscience, it's essentially listening to the Word of God.
They and roughly 600 others are joining a lawsuit challenging Governor Inslee's vaccine mandate, arguing he overstepped his authority.
Those are decisions that need to be made by the legislature in accordance with our state's constitution, which is the supreme law of our land.
The governor's office, responding to an earlier version of the lawsuit, said, quote, "These requirements are legal, and we look forward to responding in court, where to date, no challenge to the governor's use of his emergency powers has been successful. His use of this authority is appropriate given the extraordinary circumstances of this pandemic. It is not unreasonable to ask public servants to protect the public from being infected with COVID." The Department of Health says it appears more people are getting vaccinated, in part because of the state's mandate.
Rates were down, vaccination rates in July, and we have seen a 20 to 30% increase since then. So obviously there's probably multiple factors, but the vaccine requirements are probably part of that.
The plaintiffs want a judge to overturn the mandate, but they have less than 4 weeks left to argue their case. This latest version of the lawsuit includes the state fire marshal among those challenging the governor.
Obviously, we've read a lot about this. You get into the medical exemptions, which don't happen very often. Then you've got a lot of people talking about seeking religious exemptions, but not a lot of churches have come out against the vaccine. So then what becomes the basis for it?
Right. We've been getting a lot of questions about this from viewers and others who are concerned about it. One explanation is that the religion section of the Federal Civil Rights Act of 1964 makes some accommodations. It states that religion includes all the familiar organized churches, but also beliefs that are not part of a formal church. The act states that an employee's belief can be religious even if only a few or perhaps no other people adhere to it. The problem many employees are running into is that once they file an exemption, their employer can accept that, but then they argue they cannot make accommodations for the employee to keep working there, like daily testing.
Gotcha. It's not just cut and dry. Okay. Ted, thanks.
Ted, thank you.